Hey, all you techie teachers out there. This is Sherry here, and this video is going to show you how to grade responses that you've collected in your Google Forms using Flubaroo. Flubaroo is an add-on in Google Sheets, and you turn it on, and it will grade multiple choice or multiple selected answers from a Google Sheet. You also have the option of having it not grade the short responses and give you a spot where you can hand grade those, and it'll calculate the grade for you as you hand grade. So let's get to it. So this is your Google form. You've now collected some responses from your students. So to get where I need you to be, you need to click on responses, and up here on this little Google Sheet icon, you're going to click there. And it's going to load the Google Sheet that has all of your student responses on it. You're going to come up here to add-ons and get add-ons if you don't already have Flubaroo. If you don't see it right there, you can type in Flubaroo and search, and there it is. You click on free and allow, and you can see down here that it's working on your sheet. Now you come up to your add-on, you come down to Flubaroo and you say grade assignment. Now, before I even started grading with Flubaroo, let me take just a little quick step back. You can see right here where it says key on my spreadsheet. I actually took the test on the Google form. Instead of putting in my name, I put in key. That lets me know what to look for when I'm looking for what to use as my grading key. So on this next page, you'll see. So here, this is where you have your grading options. Like the first one, it identifies the student. It's asking for their name. I can come down here and I can select how many points I want it to be worth, and I can select how I want it to be graded. So I can skip grading something altogether. Normal grading is just exactly how Flubaroo grades, or grade by hand is what I'll use for any longer response questions. So I'll leave that one normal. I come down to the bottom. I know that this last one right here is the longer response. So you know what? I'm going to make that worth 2 points, and I'm going to grade that one by hand. So I click continue. You find your answer key and you use that one, and it's going to compare the answers in the answer key to everybody else's, and that's how it's going to grade. So I click on continue. Now it's going to create another tab down here in the bottom of your spreadsheet. And then you'll see in a minute, it'll start to tabulate the correct answers, and it lays it out in a spreadsheet, and you're going to be able to see how many points your students received, the average possible points, the points that were possible on the entire quiz, how many submissions were counted, the number of low scoring questions, and these low scoring questions are actually highlighted orange on the sheet. So you can go through and you can look at it and say, oh, maybe these are the places where we need to work a little bit. These were very low scoring questions. Now that short answer at the end, well, they're left blank because I said I wanted to hand score, and I made those worth 2 points. So let me show you how to hand score these things. You have the student submissions and you have the grades here. What I usually like to do is I will split the screen. I'll pull this one over. I'll come back to what lives in a pond. I'll pull that one over. I'll go back into the Google Sheet. So now I have them side by side. I now have my responses. And if I slide this over, it's going to lock. See, I'm going to lock up to the first name. Then I can scroll over for those long answers. Okay, so let's take a look and let's hand grade these things. So let's see. The first one is the key. So I'm going to skip that one. I look down here. Great. I like his response. I'm going to go ahead and put a 2 because remember we made that short answer worth 2 points. Let's look at the next student, and that's a 2. And so you just go down the list and completely grade everyone's, and you can come over and you can see that those first 2 scores now have been recalculated, including those extra 2 points I've put in. On this sheet, you'll see down below your average for these 3 questions, and that's why they were low scoring. Here's the percent that the student averaged correctly. Time submitted. Sometimes the kids took it more than once, or I did when I was showing the classes today. And then you have your points possible, the average points so far, without grading this question here on the end. And there you have it. Flubaroo.